Hey, Brian King here. Got a resilience hack, but first, if you're watching me live, please type hashtag live, and if you're watching the replay, please type hashtag replay. There's a quote that I'm a big fan of that says, you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Well, personally, I don't think you have to attend any of them. There's no shortage of negative people in life, people who hang on to the past, people who focus on the negative, people who are, for whatever reason, unhappy. And they have greater access to a platform than ever before on social media. If you have haters, and that can go for people that have a larger community like I do, or it could just be somebody that's sharing happy news on their feed, and a relative who's going through a rough patch will jump in and poo-poo all over it. So what do? Sometimes you try to convince them to change their mind. Sometimes you try to defend yourself. Sometimes you become hurt yourself because you mistakenly think that it's about you. Now, let's assume for a moment that you did not do something jerky to this person that warrants their upset. Under those circumstances, an apology is likely in order. But let's assume that for the sake of our discussion, that you're just living your life. You're talking about the good things that are happening, you're sharing positive advice, and someone comes out of nowhere and decides to poop all over it. I think it's safe to say that you weren't out to upset that person, right? And yet, they want to somehow hold you responsible for their upset. So what do we know about this person? They're unhappy. For whatever reason, we don't know, but it's not caused by you. So what do you do with a person that wants to shower your positivity with their unhappiness? Frankly, you don't need to do anything. They're on their journey, hopefully, to try and find happiness, and they cross paths with you. It's not your responsibility to rescue everyone, to rush in and save the day, to convince anyone to be happy. All you can really do is model the path you're on, the decisions you're making, the choices you're making. Because in order to stay on the path you are, it's important to maintain your center as much as possible. And sometimes life gets in the way. Things happen that are upsetting to you, may be depressing, may be aggravating, and then you bring yourself back to your center so you can stay on your path. This person is showing up, spewing their upset. That's an invitation for you to leave your center and join them in their unhappiness and their debate and their argument. You can simply say, you know what? I wish you peace and happiness, but I don't agree to join you there. Wherever you are in your unhappiness, I don't agree to participate. If you do want to respond, when somebody gets negative, wants to argue, whether it's online or offline, you can simply say, I'm not interested in this. I'm not interested in engaging with you on these terms. You want to yell? I don't feel like yelling. It's not that I don't hear that you're angry. It's not that I don't believe for one moment that in your mind you have reason to be upset, but I'm not going to join you there. But I still wish you happiness and peace. I hope that you find it. I believe that you'll find it. But it's not for me to take you there. But I trust that you'll find it. In a thread on Facebook or Twitter, you don't have to go through everything that I just said. You can just say, I wish you well, but I'm not interested in having this conversation with you. And they can go on and on trying to debate you and trying to encourage you to join them. But you've stated your piece. Let them go. Move on. Easier said than done? Maybe. But practice. Try it out. Because if you believe in what you're saying, if you honestly believe their unhappiness is theirs, you didn't cause it, you're not responsible for it, you just happen to cross paths with this person. And you honestly believe, because you are a compassionate being, that they deserve happiness and peace, and you wish that they discovered at some point. If you honestly believe that they deserve that and they'll find it, you can, with complete confidence and comfort, step back because you know that they're on a path to it. And that's it. It's all you need to do to create that boundary. This is something that I help my clients with constantly. because they're dealing with negative coworkers, negative supervisors, negative relatives. Some of them are colleagues that deal with it online, and they need to know how to separate themselves from that noise so that they can maintain their integrity and not be baited into it, but also maintain their own sense of balance and happiness. This is something I'm uniquely gifted at, and I'm happy to help you with that. If that's something that interests you. If so, just shoot me off a message. We'll talk about it. And please share this message with somebody that you think could benefit from. In the meantime, have an awesome day. This has been Brian, and remember, life is good.